Halloween 2, but not Halloween 2 because it's not called Halloween 2, and not even the second Halloween film, just the people in charge just decided they didn't like the other Halloween 2, and Halloween 2 after that, and not even the rebooted Halloween movie, so here we are with the actual Halloween 2, that's just called Halloween, like the first Halloween in 1978. So it's been 40 years since the events of the first Halloween, yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. It's been 40 years and Laurie Strode is pretty messed up. She made her kid help her build basically a bunker and safe house in preparation for what she believed would be Michael's return. She ended up losing her due to this behaviour and so ends up not being too close to her family, including granddaughter. Yeah, that's about as much character development you're going to get in this movie. I haven't seen the other Halloween films past the first one, but I've heard some crazy things about them, and I'm glad they stuck with the Michael Myers as just a crazy guy who likes killing people whilst occasionally showing he has a sick sense of humour. I do love the little nods and sometimes big nods to the original, and it definitely does well to sort of celebrate what made Halloween so great when it first came out, and capitalise on that fear we've all had that someone's watching you from the darkness. I like all the scenes we have with Michael. Some have claimed the first half was a bit boring. I actually found it all really good. I do understand, however, why people say that, and also claim some characters were simply there to set the story up and start off the killing, but hey, I loved it. The score was just fantastic. I loved it even more than the original. In my review, I said that it sometimes almost drew the tension out of the scene with the constant use of the same music whenever Michael appeared. Well, in this movie, they use it just enough to use that nostalgia and that fear. I am not a massive fan of jump scares, but I did like how unpredictable sometimes it was. Some scenes you think, oh no, Michael's here, it's gonna start, but nope, usually it ends up being Laurie. Speaking of Jamie Lee Curtis, she was brilliant in this, much better than the screaming and whining we got in the 1978 version. There are also some comedic moments, they were fantastic. Some say it takes you out of the moment, and hell yeah it does. I'm sorry, but if there's some guy in a mask with a knife attacking your babysitter, you would be hella scared and not act as cool as that little kid was. But it's still really, really funny, and I love him so much. I really did like the development we see of Laurie's character, as well as see how she's thought of everything for years, checking each room in her house and locking it down, either then trapping him in or reducing the places he can hide. I've talked about the score and how much that played in increasing the tension, but silence was used so well also. I was anxiously waiting at the end, just waiting for that final fight. There was a little plot twist of which I called really early on, not incredible. It was an interesting idea, the fact Michael's doctor wanted to know why he was like that and so does what he does, but it wasn't specifically needed. So overall for me, it was a really strong movie, really enjoyable and capturing everything that made it great all those years ago. There were some moments that were not needed or not done well, but it didn't necessarily affect the story that much. So overall, I would give this, upon first time viewing, a 7.5, pushing an 8 out of 10. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.